What, babe? What are we doing today?
We are climbing the mount with 2 kids. Hello! There! Just look at the bike.
And then we are going to do a transmission oil change on this one's car. Because it's shit. Check this view out.
On purpose.
Tired, Haley? Tired?
Want to go to bed? No.
No? What about you, Sophie? Tired?
Are you tired? Want to show it to Sissy?
View from the top of Mount Wanganui. Time to go back down?
Yeah.
Alright, time to do a transmission oil change on the 06 Outlander. But first, we'll see how the project car's coming along. So I haven't bothered doing any videos on it. But stripped the engine bay nearly, got the brake booster out, subframes out. Got one loom on the ground over here, one loom on the ground over there. Got the interior out. Got the dash out. And yeah, that's pretty much it so far. Just chipping away at it slowly. The only time I get to work on the car is when the kids are asleep. So one kid sleeps right there and one kid sleeps right there. So I can only do stuff that isn't very noisy. So we got Penrite. And it is compatible with mitsubishi CVT-F-J1, and that is what is meant for this. Everyone says only use OEM, but I've had no problems with Penrite. I always use Penrite in all of my cars. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Got the basic tools. Do have my oil pan somewhere. It's got a little bit of a crack in it, so I've taped it up. Hopefully it's alright. So yeah, you got to measure exactly how much comes out and put that exact amount back in. So I don't want to just drain the fluid and top it back up. I actually want to drop the pan and then clean the filter. I haven't got a replacement filter. And clean the pan, so I don't have a replacement filter and I don't have a replacement gasket. I'm hoping it's a metal gasket on this, and I'm hoping the O-ring on the filter is good, otherwise the car's going to be parked here for another day or two. And this is the only car I've got the work van. Boo, you coming to help Dad? Hey. You going to bed soon? The garage is a bit full of mess because normally we don't have this car in here. Say hello. Hi. Hey. You going to bed soon? What's Daddy doing under here? Go onto that bolt right there and then take off all those bolts.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
It's a truck. Oh, you got your mobile thing over there. Yeah, it's a bit full of mess to get over there. Should we open the bonnet. So that's your automatic transmission fluid dipstick right there, and that's where we're going to fill it up from. If you're not sure what oil you're supposed to be using, grab out your dipstick and it should be there. So it says use only genuine, but as I said before, I've got no problem with Penrite. You helping? Yeah? Is it bedtime? Yeah, we've got lots of junk in here. Have a kiss? Mwah! Is it your bedtime? Are you sure? So yeah, we're just going that bolt there is a plug. So we want to drain it, everything out of it, and then we've got all these little bolts around it, easily accessible. Drop the pan, clean the pan, clean the filter. Hopefully everything's good and O-ring can go back on. Soon find out. So yeah, it's a 19mm bolt. As you can see, it's pretty black. It should be red. Well, it should be pink. So that's not good. So I'd say it hasn't been serviced in a while, and the O-ring is probably going to be damaged. So we'll soon find out, but I'd say the car's going to be parked there. Well, I'll go get an O-ring tomorrow. Hopefully not. It's still just dribbling out. I'm just going to put the bolt back in and then undo the pan bolts. Have a look at what this oil looks like. As I was saying before, it looked pretty black. Yeah, that does not look good. It's supposed to be pink. Like, yeah, it wasn't the cleanest pan, but that's black. Not as much as I thought would come out has come out. So probably have to end up doing this twice. That's like bang on 4 litres. So yeah, slide it back under and undo the bolts, undo the 10mm. So all the pan bolts are 10mm. Just undo them and drop the pan down. I'll just show you what I've done. Undone all the bolts except for one on the other side. So then I can just hold it with my hand and then undo the other 2 bolts with the other hand so the pan doesn't just drop straight down. Well, first thing's good, it's metal, so I can reuse the gasket. It's on a 2006. Quite a bit more oil come out once I drop the pan, so I don't think I want to have to do it twice. And this is why that's the bolt for the sump there. So it's actually higher than the bottom of it. There's still quite a bit of oil in there. These are your magnets. Fuck, that is disgusting. Look at that. This hasn't been serviced in a long time, so I don't have very high hopes for the filter, which is just where it's still dripping out of. So there's 3 bolts for that. There's also, I got told to check this bolt because sometimes it loosens itself. That there's your selector bolt, and so you just check it because it loosens itself just through vibration and stuff with the CVT. That's tight, so I'll just wait for it to drain a bit more. Should be 3 bolts. Get the filter off, clean that, clean the pan. Sorry for the bad camera. Clean the pan and clean these magnets so everything's nice and new, and then clean your gasket and clean where your gasket goes onto. So we're now at 5 litres pretty much. It's not, the towel's not flat. I'll put it on the concrete. Once it stops waving, it would be, yeah, pretty much bang on 5 litres. I was expecting 7.8 litres, it said, to dry fill, so obviously there's still stuff in like the torque converter and all that, but that's good enough for me. 5 litres of bad stuff changed out. Look at that. Now that's not, that does look milky, but that's from me doing like that. That is all, what that actually is little tiny metal fragments. That's why it's silver. The magnets are doing their job, but you can actually see the side of it. See, on the side of it, it is nice and shiny. That's the magnet, and then all the metal bits on top of it. So I'm just going to give them the magnets a wipe off for the pan and the filter. I want to use degreaser and then brake and parts cleaner. I would just use brake and parts cleaner, but I don't have much of it, so that's going to be the final clean. I'll pull the filter out and we'll have a look at that. Once again, just 10mm bolts. Easy to come undone, except for that one, obviously. Common sense, keep these bolts separate. So we're still dripping oil out of here. Probably should have the pan underneath. Put it back under. Say we've probably got 200mm or something on the ground. So there's one real long bolt. He's in the middle. Should have had the fucking pan under there. Fuck. So you should have had the pan under there. We'll just drop some oil on the ground, which is not good. O-ring looks good. That's your O-ring there. That looks good. That's your filter that we're going to clean. I'm just going to spray it all in there. Yeah, we've dropped quite a bit of oil. What's that? Something that wasn't in there. So we're going to put 5 litres in and then top it up. So you don't want it overfilled or underfilled whatsoever. So we drop some oil on the ground. So what we'll do is we'll put the 5 litres in that we know has come out of it, and then we'll just top it up little bits at a time. Keep checking it. We're not replacing the filter that is. So there's a filter down there. That's recording. So yeah, we're just going to clean the filter just with some degreaser. Don't really have much light here.
I can't see you.
That's right. So now we've got the 2 magnets that are now stuck together. Still full of little metal particles. And now the oil pan. Alright. That was the degreaser. I'm just going to wipe it out and then brake parts cleaner. That's actually pretty good, being an oil pan. Pretty clean. We'll keep those off the pan for now. Just wait for everything to dry before we put it back on. You don't want any degreaser or brake parts cleaner in your transmission, obviously. So we're mainly cleaning the inside of it, but may as well clean the outside. Make it look good before it goes back in. Get all the metal contaminants off of it. Have a quick stop for dinner. We're just gonna wait for the parts to completely dry. Literally only be 10 minutes. Alright, we're just gonna give it a final wipe down with a nice clean towel. And then install everything back in. So my light decided to stop working. So for the sake of making the video a bit shorter as well, so I want to put the filter back in. Put your magnets back on where they're supposed to be sitting. Obviously clean it before you do it, and reinstall everything, and then it's time to fill. That's that all back up. Don't forget to tighten your sump bolt, because we didn't tighten it. when we put it back up. Now it's time to fill through there. Take that out. There. Get your little one, clean it out, just give it a wipe out, and yeah, put 5 litres in to start with, see how we go. Four litres. Look how pink it should be. Check we're not leaking fluid. All looks good. So now I'm going to put in 1 more litre. It's a little bit under the 3 litre line left of the second bottle, so 5 and a bit litres. I reckon we lost about a cup of oil that we didn't measure, so we'll just let that sink down and then just measure it off the dipstick. Got you can see the other way. Well, anyway, it says cold and hot there, so you've got your 2 different marks, low, high, and it says adjust at hot. So I think we've got enough in there to go for a drive. Check it on the dipstick first, and then if it's close enough we'll go for a drive, get it up to hot, and then yeah, readjust it. Just taking it for a test drive, still warming up, so just taking it easy. Got a hazard sign, but that's because we're on gas light. So been for a test drive. Is that going to focus? It looks like it's still a little bit low. So we'll top it up a little bit more. See where we're at. So the camera died, but all I done was just top it up a bit more, took it for another test drive. It's still reading a little bit low on the dipstick. It's still in the right range, but still a little bit low, so it must have been low from the start. So just get the missus to drive it around tomorrow, and then yeah, park it up on the flat again, recheck it. You need to check it when it's hot, you need to adjust it when it's hot, and then yeah, it could just be that the fluid is so clear that it's a bit hard to see, especially when I'm only using an iPhone torch for the light. Yeah, that's pretty much how easy it is. The car's driving a lot better. It used to have like a flat spot when you were taking off. It still has one down real low, but it used to have one at like 2,500 RPM, and it would drop back down and then go right up to like 3.5. And it's, yeah, it seems to be working pretty sweet now. Partner won't even notice a difference, but I do, and yeah, bit of peace of mind. But yeah, there'll be more videos like this, mostly on the Skyline, once I get some more time and get the funds. Funds is definitely the bit slowing it down. But yeah, anything I do on the car, I'll just record that as well. Hopefully it's not too boring. Yeah, I hope the video helps anyone who's looking to do it in their Outlander or CVT transmissions. It's a Jatco transmission used in Nissans and lots of things. But yeah, hope it helped, and yeah, give it a like if it helped you out. And time to relax now. Cheers.